Hey YouTubers, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. Enjoy the video. Hey YouTubers, so I got a really short request to do this video, and obviously I've covered this in two more unique videos. I thought, more my style and just kind of interpreting what this particularly means for the Tournament of Power. This stuff was actually shown. It was part of the episode and they lingered on it for enough time. So if you didn't notice it, you probably weren't paying attention. But yes, it has been confirmed and has been confirmed for a couple weeks now that the Namekians, two Namekians, are actually fighting on Team Universe 6. So I have already covered this, but I'm going to go over it very briefly. If you want to hear more of it, please make sure to go check out that videos. But one, I feel like these guys aren't really going to have a whole lot of relevance. They've taken them a long time to actually even show who they are. They've kept them enshrouded in secrecy for God knows what reasons, and I don't necessarily think they're going to be vastly important. If they were important, if they were going to have an effect on Piccolo just mentally or anything else like that, I think it would have happened by now, and just because it hasn't, I don't necessarily think it's really worth talking about in that regard. So what potentially might they be there for, and for whatever reasons? I think the easiest answer is that they just simply are two of the strongest beings in the entire universe. If Universe 7 is anything to go on, which, with the potential of almost everything that we've seen from Universe 6, it seems like those people are actually much stronger than Universe 7's people. So potentially, the Namekians are two of the strongest people in the universe, and they were just the easiest picks. Another reason is maybe Champa and Vados saw the ability or the tactician that Piccolo was, even in his short amount of fighting in the last tournament, and decided, well, maybe we'll get a Namekian because they do seem to be really smart and have they don't have arrogance about them, the same way that Botamo Magetta had huge weaknesses, and the same way that Cabo is a little too nice, and the same way that Only Hit was really their best fighter at when all was said and done. Obviously Frost was smart, but sort of a cheater. So the Namekians are tacticians. They're very smart, and they have awesome abilities and potentially just a really good call for them. So that's probably one of the reasons they actually picked them. Now, what would their role be in the Tournament of Power? I really personally think that they are kind of staying back the same way that Gohan, Tenshinhan, Roshi, and Piccolo were staying back and not necessarily getting involved with anyone, protecting Dr. Roto or Rado or whatever his name is, the pig doctor, who I potentially, and have speculated before, who could potentially be the Universe 6 healer. Like, he is going to actually be utilized maybe once or twice or something. I don't know, and I don't necessarily care if it's against the rules. Champa has never been one to not play very, very loose with the rules that we've seen in this particular tournament or in the last tournament, so I don't necessarily think that this is something we really have to worry about. I think just because the pig doctor doesn't look like he is much of a fighter, but they're calling him a doctor, he could potentially be a healer, and he is going to heal Kale and Khalifa, give them a Zenkai boost, and make them fighters again. And one of the things is they think they can use this healer to actually protect and make sure that they have an advantage over everyone, so not everyone gets exhausted. So these Namekians are actually sitting back and protecting this doctor, because if anyone gets hurt, this guy can heal them, and they don't need him getting taken off too easily, because that would screw up their entire plan. That's just my particular opinion. One of the things I think would be really cool about this is, because we know that Namekians confuse in between themselves, if they really are that strong, potentially if something were to happen and, a god, an angel, a mortal, someone were to get on all the other universes, interrupt the tournament, I feel it'd be really cool to have Piccolo fuse with them and become at least a god tier type of character. In strength, as much of an asshole as that would be, but let's be fair, almost everything that comes out of Universe 6 is an asshole, but put Piccolo on a bigger pedestal. Another thing I've also speculated in the past is potentially, because there's Universe 6 Namekians and there's Universe 7 Namekians, potentially they all came from one particular being, and that being Zarama. But I've done videos on both those things. I'm going to link those in the description section below. So like I said, very short video about who these guys are and what they're doing. I personally think they're the bodyguards of this Dr. Pig, in order to keep him on the stage and keep him relevant, in order to heal everyone who gets hurt and keep Universe 6 fighting for as long as possible. Because as much as we hate the fact that it's only a 48-minute fight, in terms of Dragon Ball fights, it's actually a really long time, and people are going to get incredibly tired and incredibly beaten up, just like Kale and Khalifa. And like I said, multiple times, one of the things that we saw when Kale and Khalifa got completely beaten up is Goku said, no, I'll fight you later when you're actually healed. Maybe that was an indication that they will have some kind of healer. Maybe they will kind of catch their breath and have some kind of a Zenkai to actually fight them when they're actually stronger. Because Goku knows, just like everyone else, that if they lose, the universe is blown up and he won't actually be able to fight them at all. So just thoughts and speculations on that. Make sure to tell me what you think about these in the comment section below, and I'm going to talk to you guys later.